Carl Russell joins us now from Orlando, Florida, where the effects of Ian are starting to be felt, as we mentioned. Carl, I understand you're a senior at the University of Central Florida. What are you experiencing right now, and what has it been like the past few hours for you?
Yes, ma'am. Well, it's been pretty scary over these past few hours. The wind has really been picking up, and so is the rain. You can see outside there's some flooding on my yard and in the street. It's kind of just rising steadily, but we're hunkered down, so we're playing it safe.
Now, for those who aren't aware, Orlando is in the middle of the state. Explain why you decided to stay in your apartment and ride out the storm. There were a lot of calls from state officials to evacuate and leave Florida, head north away from the storm.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you know, Hurricane Ian really took a lot of people by surprise at the university. We really thought it would go west and kind of hit Tampa or more towards the west coast of Florida, but it really just took a hard turn recently and headed straight for Orlando. So there are a lot of people caught off guard, myself included. But we just decided at the last minute, to stay, to not try and leave. The highways are super crowded, trying to get out of Tampa and trying to get out of Orlando right now. So it's better just to stay put than get stuck in traffic somewhere when this hurricane does hit.
Knowing that this storm was coming, though, how did you prepare for what was coming or what you're seeing now? At what point did you decide maybe I need to go out and get some food or some supplies in case you decided to stay?
Well, we really didn't know until yesterday morning that it was going to hit directly on Orlando, or yesterday afternoon that it's going to hit Orlando directly. So, the first thing that you have to do is make sure that you're stocked up on food and on water. Make sure you can get enough non-perishables, things that won't go bad when the electricity stops. You fill up the bathtubs with water to make sure that the toilets are still working. You make sure that you have plenty of spare bottled water at home. I went to Publix yesterday, and all the shelves were empty. There was no bottled water. There was no really any groceries to be had. There really wasn't much. I went to the gas station. I had to wait 30 minutes to get gas in line, and I was the last car before the pumps ran out. So you just prepare to the best of your ability. You prepare as best as you can, and I think we really have enough right here to be okay for 3 or 4 days after the storm if the power doesn't come back on.
And Carl, I guess the power is on if you're still talking to us, but I realize that I've been told that you grew up in Florida, so hurricanes are really nothing new to you. But as you sit there and you see what's happening outside, you hear the effects of Ian, what are you most concerned about at this point? I mean, it's got to be dark there now.
It is. At this point, I'm just most concerned about the power going out, and it's bound to happen. Hurricane Irma came through here a few years ago, and that was really just a tropical storm when it hit Orlando, but we lost power for about 3 days after that. So, we were kind of expecting the power to be out for a few days once Hurricane Ian does hit. So that's kind of our biggest concern. When the power goes out, how are we going to get water to work? How are we going to get the toilets to work? How are we going to cook food and things like that? So you just have to stock up on as much as you can.
All right, Carl Russell in Orlando, Florida. Thank you so much for speaking with us, and we hope that you stay safe during the storm.
Thank you.